Where are you going?
Hey everyone, it's Skyee here, and today, as you can tell by the thumbnail and title of this video, we are going to be doing an art room tour. I'm super excited for this. It gave me the incentive to completely clean and purge through my art room. I got rid of a lot of stuff, reorganized a lot of stuff, and I am super excited to show you guys. So stay tuned, and I hope you enjoy. Let's start off with the closet, which is to the right of my desk, which is awesome, so it's really accessible. I actually just spent the last 4 days going through this and the rest of my art room. So we'll start at the bottom here. I just have some random stuff, a bag full of newspaper, some gift wrapping paper, old sketchbooks, and other books that I just don't have room for on my bookshelf. And then I also have a couple lights just kind of stored in here. Here I have my splatter box. This is what I use to do my star effect on canvases without getting white paint absolutely everywhere in my room. So it's super handy to have this. This is just a box full of kind of storage containers that I haven't used yet, and replacement supplies like pens and Sharpies and such. This, I'm kind of a pack rat, so I keep all of my old cards and just sentimental items and all my calendars from previous years. I've got a paper trimmer that my mom gave me. These are just some old canvases that I messed up on. They actually protect the templates that I use for my galaxy paintings. So on the next shelf I have the majority of my painting stuff. I've got some of my brushes and all of my acrylic paints. I have some watercolors in here, more acrylic paints down here. Here's some more paintbrushes. This has my charcoal sticks in it. And then I've just got some cups here that I use for water and some glow-in-the-dark paint. I also have my sponge that I use for making the backgrounds of my galaxy paintings. I don't think I cleaned that one very well. It's about time to replace that anyways though. In here I have acrylic sprays that I made myself, which I use for mixed media canvases. I've got a paper sorter and some glue that I use for craft stuff and of course slime. And then I have a shoebox that I turned into a memory box that just holds a bunch of my child's stuff. So the next shelf up, I've got this big box that's kind of full of construction paper and coloring stuff and all my stencils and stuff for making mixed media canvases. Here I actually have some that I'm working on. I just finished this one for a lady. This is one of my galaxy paintings. You've probably seen them on my channel if you follow me. And I'm also working on a couple mixed media pieces. I have the background started. I just need to add the focal points, which will be some dinosaurs. Here I just have an assortment of stuff. I make my own gesso for my mixed media canvases, so I use baby powder and acrylic paint and glue and whatnot. I have some Mod Podge clear spray that I spray my canvases with after to seal them when they're finished. Just some painter's tape, my gesso, putty knives and stuff, another can of clear sealant. And then here's more like my kid stuff. So I've got his crayons, he's got some watercolor stuff, some more crayons, his own paint brushes. I got a little bottle of clear glue tucked back there. So next shelf up, here I just have a bunch of little random items, like seashells and some decorative paper, some tacky glue, string, little bottles, glitters, that kind of thing. And then I have some more paper and even more paper. My child's coloring book, this one. And then I also have some ice cream lids and plastic plates and yogurt lids that I use for paint palettes. So up here is more storage. I have a couple paintings here that the owners have yet to pick up. My baby books for my son, a puzzle, last year's Easter eggs. In here is just some more storage stuff and stuff that I'm selling. And this is stuff that I'm selling as well, so that'll be out of here soon. So that is it for the closet. It was a lot messier than this before, but it took a long time to go through it and I got rid of a lot of stuff. I think I took 2 garbage bags of stuff out of here. So it is looking a lot better. It's probably the cleanest it's been in a couple years. I also have a couple of my jackets and my brother's suits and stuff just hanging up in there. And my cats are attacking each other. Okay, so next we'll move to the desk, which is to the left. Between my desk and my closet, I have a file organizer and a paper shredder. I also have my iPod dock here, although the top doesn't really work, but thankfully it's got auxiliary in the back, so I'll usually plug my phone into that if I want to listen to music. I also have the cord for it here, and then my phone charger cord here, which I got kind of sick of them just being splayed all over the desk, so I actually used this little caddy thing to have the charging cords poke out on either side, so it's a lot more organized and easier to use. So beside that, I have one of this 3-bin storage containers. I apologize for the light, it is pretty bright outside. On top of it, I have the little bear that my husband got me for Valentine's Day. So at the top here, I just have some erasers and pencil sharpeners. I also have the auxiliary cord for my iPod dock. And then in the top here, I have some glue, excuse me, and some tape. Next drawer in, I've got some scissors and refills for my eraser and mechanical pencils, and then just some spare jelly roll pens and Prismacolor blenders. In the next drawer, I've got an assortment of smelly gel pens and just other pens. And the next drawer down, I have all my fine liners, some neon markers, which are really awesome to put over my coloring and stuff to make it super bright. You two, I'm gonna kick you out of here. Enough. So beside that, I have just another one of these little containers, which I keep some of my markers and stuff in. I am missing my one of my white pens. I'm not sure where it is. So in this little bucket here, I have some spare pencils and my black fine liner, which I use a lot, a pencil extender. I've also got my Daler Rowney paint or ink in here, although I only use that for Inktober. I do have a swatch of sandpaper that I use for sharpening the tips of my pencil, as well as some cotton buds, which I use for pastels. This is the brush that I'm always using to get rid of the pencil dust in my on my coloring pages. I also have some bookmarks from Book Depository, and then behind that I have my color wheel. It's super handy to have. Next to that I have a bunch of sticky notes, which are super handy to have. These are actually the mixed media pieces I'm working on, a brown T-Rex and a red Velociraptor. And then I have my book that I keep all of my records of the colors that I've used on my coloring pages. Underneath that, I have a book that I just kind of keep track of videos and just random notes and stuff. And then underneath that, I have my color combination book, so this all just kind of sits nicely up on my desk. Beside that, I have my electric pencil sharpener, which is actually like battery powered, so I'm not really sure if it would count as being electric. And then these usually sit underneath here. I've got my pencil sharpeners and my shavings bowl, and then just a little pin set that has lifesavers and some clips and the things that I put over my pictures when I take images of them. So these just kind of sit underneath my desk, especially this one because my Miss Lilo tries to eat the pencil shavings. So then I also have my calendar, which I use to keep track of the color alongs in the Hannah Lynn group, and then the challenge winners from the previous 6 months because they can't win again for 6 months. So that just kind of sits all up on my desk. And this desk I paid, I can't remember how much for. I actually offered a little bit more than the person was asking for it because I just knew it would be perfect for an art desk, and I absolutely love it. It actually is as clean as it ever gets. It has been well loved since I got it. And it does have this little drawer that opens. So in here I have a hole punch, my stapler, just some random papers and notebooks. I've got my iPods, more notebooks and paper. I've got my drawing stuff. I keep my other phone case in here. I like to switch it to this one if I want to watch videos because it kind of sits upright, which is awesome. And then I've just got some drawing pencils and my Prismacolor kneaded eraser, as well as some fine liners, or I guess just pigment liners. So that's the drawer on my desk. This is the squeaky chair that you guys always hear in my videos. But I love it. It is super comfortable and it is splattered with paint. Underneath my desk I have some of our family pictures and my cat tree that sits half on the register because this one, ever since he was a kitten, is always trying to get into the heat registers. So we have to make sure that he can't get in them. Not that I think he would fit anymore, but still. So we're just going to quickly go back up to my desk here because I wanted to show you guys what I use to record. This is literally like a $3 phone holder that I got from my dollar store, and it just clamps to my shelf here. It works out perfectly. It clamps onto the phone. I can adjust the camera to view wherever I want it. I used to have it on the side of the desk, but then every time I colored it would kind of shake. So then I moved it up to my shelf, which still kind of has its issues because my cats love to sit up there. They like to sit and look out the window. So every time they sit on the shelf, it makes the camera shake, which is unfortunate, but I just try to keep an eye on them when I'm recording so that doesn't happen. And I'm hoping to find a solution in the future, maybe put like a little bit of a piece of wood attached to the wall that I can attach that on so the cats can have their shelf and I can have my camera. So to the left of my desk I have my garbage can, which was actually a Hello Kitty Easter basket at one point. It had a plastic cover at the top. I just cut that out and it works perfectly. So it just kind of sits here. And then I have some storage back here. I've got some incense for my incense burner, some vitamins. And here I have slime making stuff and then all of our slimes. Then I have just a binder with logic puzzles and stuff in it. This has just some random storage stuff. So here I've got most of my shelving. We'll start at the top. Up here I have a picture of my grandmother and grandfather who passed away a few years ago. It would have been their 50th anniversary last year. And these, if you were in the Hannah group, unfortunately my mom and dad lost their 4 collie pups in a house fire. So that is them there. And then I just have some decorative stuff. I've got a puzzle that I Mod Podged that my mom bought me because I love Grumpy Cat. So on the next shelf I have just some more random decorative stuff. I've got some cotton pads and some cotton balls that I use for cleaning nail polish off my nails. This I actually keep my color swatches in. And my son's phone, I hide that from him sometimes. And then I also have the Prismacolor box. I hate getting rid of boxes. What are you getting into? Will you stop it? Oh, you found some wood back there, huh? You are a brat. So I like keeping the boxes, and I found a really good use for this one. I actually keep all my pastels and stuff in here. So I have some, I think these are Artist Loft pastels. I've got some Daler Rowney ones, some vivid colors from the dollar store. And then I just have a bunch of makeup sponges that I use for picking up the colors and putting them on my pages, and then an X-Acto knife and a yogurt container lid for collecting the shavings because that's how I like to put pastels on my paper. So beside that, I have my sketchbook that has all my Inktober drawings from last year. And then I also have a little bit of glitter sitting back there just because I didn't really know where else to put it. Down here though, I have the majority of my glitter. I have all my loose glitter here, and then some glitter paint, which I thought would go really well with this picture here, because it's all about glitter. So this is pretty much the glitter shelf. I do have some speakers here, and at the bottom I have the hookup here. So I'll sometimes use this for listening to music as well. In here I've got all my Crayola Super Tips. And then beside that I've got my Sharpie markers. And then in here I've got all my Crayolas and Crazy Art pencils. There is a picture of my boyfriend and our son when he was, I think, a little over a year old. Beside that I have my scissors, my main scissors that I use, and then pencils, pens, and some Sharpies and other markers. And then this is my actual phone. I record on my old phone. So moving down there, I have one of these nine cubby shelf things. I'm not sure if there's an actual name for them, but here has some of my color books that I use more for mixed media purposes than coloring. I also have sketchbooks, some writing books, my clipboard, and just some other random stuff. So that stays there. Here is where I have my color charts, and I also have my Prismacolor pencils in here. And this is my Inktense pencils, my Gansai Tambi watercolors, and this is just a old Kleenex box. If I'm working on something and I want to keep the pencils out, I'll usually put them in here just so they all stay together. Beside that, I have my main coloring books, the ones that I don't really use for mixed media or anything, and I'm kind of on the fence about getting any more because they fit in here perfectly. I could maybe fit one more in here. There's not really much more room. But thankfully I do have one spot open down here, so if I do want to get more coloring books, I will eventually have a place to have them. So below my coloring books, I have my Fiskars gel pens. These are my Prismacolor Scholars. I've got some masking fluid, my Mark Over Fiends live in here, and I've got just some random glitter tubes that I've never used yet. Here I've got my water brush pens, and then a really messed up paintbrush that I used for the masking fluid. Masking fluid is really not good on brushes. I also have my Winkle Stella brush. And then here I've got my stickles, which the only one I really use is this one because it's the clear stickles. They don't say the names on them, but they're pretty awesome to have. Next to that, I've got some of my nail stuff, just nail polish removers, some stampers. This is to pick up images off the stampers to clean them off, and then I've got a bunch of nail art brushes and nail files and stuff like that. Next to that, I have all my hair stuff in the back. I don't really use any hair stuff, but I like to have it on hand in case I ever do. And then I've just got some makeup sponges and some hair elastics that sit in here, and then just some hair clips. Below that, this is empty. My cats usually lay in there. Beside that, I have some more nail stuff in here, just my nail swatches and my acetone and nail polish remover refills, some bottled water for doing marbled nails, water marbles I guess. And then beside that, I have a nail care kit, my garbage bags, my phone box, and then here I have some random cords, and back there I have a makeup case full of makeup that I don't use. I am not really much of a makeup person. So that is my shelves there. So then over here I have where my cat litter and cat stuff sit, and then in here I just have a frizz brush. It's supposed to make it so your hair is not staticky. I don't think there's, oh, I just got some random makeup bits in there. And then here are the trays for my Prismacolor pencils because I don't know why, I just don't want to get rid of them. And above that, this is all the makeup I ever use, and even then I don't use all of it. So, like I said, I am not much of a makeup person. I'm more of a throw a little bit of eyeliner and mascara on and then I'm good. I also have these lip gloss that I got from my grandma, and I actually don't really use a lot of lip gloss, but I liked how they looked here. Next to that, I've got my makeup brushes, some of this glimmering powder stuff, which I thought kind of looked cool and old school. And then I've got foundation. This is probably from like 3 years ago, and I've barely made a dent in it. Some more cotton buds, some hairbrushes, and then I've just got a strawberry candle here. And on the wall here, I've just got some headbands and hoop earrings that I don't really wear. And then I love this. Alcohol doesn't cause hangovers, waking up does. So above that, I've got this shelf here, and it's got just a bunch of perfumes and then one of my Galaxy paintings that I kept. And I used to have all my makeup on this shelf, but then I moved it down here because I thought it worked better, and I didn't really have anything to put on the shelf, so I put all my perfumes that I actually don't use. Here I've got my mirror, and yeah, well, it was my boyfriend's mirror, but I wrote on it, and he didn't really have any place to put it when we moved to our house, so I got to put it in my art room. Beside the mirror, this is my little kitty cat. Here I have my reading chair, and Stitch is just all curled up in here. This is his favorite place to lay. I think he's mad at his sister right now. Aren't ya? Are you mad at your sister? He is a funny cat. He's not really one for cuddles, doesn't really like being pet. He more likes playing and being left alone. Lilo is the exact opposite. She will follow me around until I cuddle her. So on the opposite wall of my desk, I have my entertainment stand. And on top of that, I've got a picture of my little man when he was little. I've got my Thanksgiving cactuses. This was one that my mother-in-law gave to me, and I rescued it. It was pretty much half dead when I got it, and he's doing really good. I call him Comet. This is just one that I picked up, I think, last year around Christmas time. And then this was my grandma's that I took over after she passed. So other than that, I just have some coffee candles, which smell absolutely amazing, and then just some fake plants and some other decorations. So going down this way, I have more hair stuff, curlers, a hair dryer, and my straightener, which the only thing I really use is the hair dryer and the straightener. I don't usually curl my hair because it never stays. Here I have a bunch of books. These are actually my mom's. We both read Lisa Jackson, so she'll buy them and I read them. And then I have some of my other books, a couple of duplicate book depository bookmarks here, some nerd glasses, I guess. I don't know why I have those. And then I've just got some pins, and this was actually an ex of mine who ended up taking his own life. So I just kind of keep that there as a reminder that life is precious. Below that I have some kids books, and then some more Lisa Jackson books that I have yet to read. I've got my son's 2014 bear. He's got 2 of them, so I keep one in good shape and he's got one that he can drag around. I also have the Twilight series, which actually I hate the movies, but I love the series. Below that, in this cupboard, I just have some old receiving blankets that I use for cleaning up any messes, and I actually use them to wipe my paintbrushes and clean paintbrushes on. Then I just have a watering can and some water for my plants and the cats. In this little nook here, I've got my purse, and then I've got a couple leashes. Oh, sorry, excuse me. I've got a couple leashes for the cats for when they go outside. I also have the kitty brush, which Stitch absolutely loves. Don't you? You love your brush, don't you? And below that, I've got a drawer that's filled with, these are picture frames that we haven't really used yet, and then a bunch of puzzles that I have yet to finish. Beside that, this is the cat area. So this has all the cat food. It's got the bags that I use for cleaning litter boxes, catnip, cat treats, that kind of thing. Where the TV would go in an entertainment stand is where my kitties come and eat. So they've got their food and their water there, so they just kind of hang out. Then I've got my door, which is unfinished. We still have to put the trim on. We haven't gotten around to that yet. I've got my son's little wooden bear up there, and one of my favorite canvases that I picked up at some kind of drugstore. And the final wall, the wall that shares my closet, has pretty much all my nail polishes. I do have quite a few. And just have some wall decals up there, and my clock that doesn't work. I have to put batteries in it, and my son's pictures. I still haven't gotten around to that yet either. I also have all my necklaces and anklets and bracelets and stuff that hangs there. And then here I have Miss Lilo, hey pretty kitty, and the kennel. We used to kennel Stitch when he was a kitten, and eventually when I was able to, I moved it up to the art room, and now he just kind of, they stay in the art room. Since we got Lilo, we don't really need to kennel him. There's not enough space to kennel both of them. And I felt bad kenneling one and not kenneling the other. So the only reason that this stays in here because I like having this surface to put stuff on. It's nice to have an extra surface because my art room is kind of small. So it's just nice to have that extra space, and then it works perfectly to house their litter boxes. So it makes them out of the way and just super awesome. It is nice to have their litter boxes in the art room because it gives me the incentive to clean them every day, so it never stinks in here, thankfully. That's it for the art room tour. I hope you guys enjoyed. I will say that I am super grateful to be able to have my own space. As you can see, I have a lot of stuff, so I really don't know what I would do with it all if I didn't have this room. But yeah, very grateful to have this, and I'm hoping to start doing a yearly art room tour, which would kind of be nice to see how my art room changes throughout the years, and that way it gives me the incentive to clean my art room and organize and stuff for the tour, so kind of a double win there. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope to see you guys in my future videos. Bye!